hereby pledge and declare to uphold the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and to faithfully discharge my duties as a police officer in the New York City Police Department to the best of my abilities, so help me God. Congratulations. Ready?
Thank you, Chief Commander. It is now my pleasure to introduce the Mayor of the City of New York, the Honorable Michael R. Bloomber.
Thank you, Commissioner Kelly, Chief Esposito, members of the NYPD, distinguished guests, good morning to everyone. It really is an honor and a pleasure to join you in congratulating the more than 1,000 men and women in this graduating class. But I can't let this moment pass without acknowledging some very special people who are here today. And I'm talking about the parents and the spouses and loved ones who have encouraged these young men and women, who have supported them and have helped them reach this great milestone. So, graduates, perhaps you want to give them a round of applause. Now, graduates, you've taken many different paths to reach this day. Before joining the NYPD, some of you worked in hotels and some in hospitals. You were landscapers and chefs. You drove cabs and school buses. Your valedictorian, Officer David Valet, crunched numbers on Wall Street. And one of you, Officer Edward Petrovsky, crunched opponents as a player in the European National Football League. For some of you, service in the NYPD is a family tradition. Others are breaking new ground by joining this department. And 134 of you have already proudly worn the uniforms of our nation's armed forces, and I want you to please stand so that we can say thank you. Whatever your background or previous life experience, each of you will now be bound by a common oath to protect and serve the people of New York City as officers of the world's greatest police department. And this is not an idle boast, it's a fact, one demonstrated by the way that police departments around the world study and emulate the procedures and practices of the NYPD. Imitation is and always will be, I think, the sincerest form of flattery. The skills and dedication of the NYPD have made New Yorkers safer than they've been in modern memory. The FBI recently released preliminary reports on crime in the United States during the year 2007, and that shows that crime in New York City dropped faster than in the nation as a whole. Our decrease in violent crime was more than twice the national average, and among the nation's 10 largest cities, the crime rate in New York was by far the lowest. If you look at the nation's 245 cities with populations of 100,000 people or more, you'll see that the crime rate in New York was lower than the rate in all but 15 of them. I'm happy to say we are ranked right between those two well-known towns in California, Santa Clarita and Rancho Cucamonga. These trends seriously continued during the first half of 2008, I'm happy to report. The result of crime in our city is nearly 29% lower than it was 7 years ago. And now you, today's graduates, are going to make our streets and homes even safer. A lot of factors account for the NYPD's impressive record of success. the department's superb leadership team led by Commissioner Kelly, the outstanding cadet and in-service training directed by Chief Anderson and his team at the Police Academy, and the NYPD's signature use of cutting-edge crime-fighting technology like its real-time crime center and its BioTrax DNA analysis of crime scene evidence. But technology is only as good as the people using it. And policing is always about people first. As police officers, every day you will interact with New Yorkers of every walk of life. They will be counting on you to always treat them with respect. And they'll be relying on you to keep them safe from any threat, whether it arises from our own streets or from distant corners of the globe. In short, they'll expect you to live up to the name that the people of our city have given you, New York's finest. The circumstances of your work will not always be pleasant. The decisions you will have to make will not always be easy. But you can always count on me, Commissioner Kelly, and the command staff of the NYPD to provide you with the support, training, and equipment that you need to do your jobs well and safely. May this day be filled with happiness for you and for your loved ones. May you enjoy to the utmost a glorious Independence Day weekend. I just wanted to say on behalf of 8.2 million New Yorkers that I'm lucky enough to represent, and my family, thank you for your willingness to serve. May God bless and protect each of you, and may God continue to bless the NYPD.